The polls have just opened in the general election, with increased security in some areas after the attacks in London and Manchester.
You know, we have a say in what goes on in our country. Very important. We have to vote. You must use your vote. And hopefully we can change things. We can change things for the better for everybody.
It's the first time I've actually voted in a few years, following the Brexit result, which actually made me realise just how much something like this actually does matter. That you have to, if enough people want something, it means it can happen. Whether it's the right or wrong thing to happen, it still will if people use their vote and their voice.
Most people in this country realise the sacrifices that our forebears went through, whether it be fighting in war or protesting for the right of women to vote. And I think to not vote, to not participate in our society the fullest that they can is an insult to people that went before. People entirely have the right not to vote. That is also part of your democratic right. But I think if you do participate, then you have more of a right to complain, more of a right to hold your elected officials to account.
Vote for Labour. I think the future of the country in Labour's hands will be a lot better than the future of the country in Tories' hands. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't even know how much Brexit's going to affect everything. I'll wait to see what happens with that. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's really important that we have strong and stable leadership that takes us forward through difficult times. And so when I say strong and stable leadership, that's not merely a soundbite, as most people think. It actually is an indication of the need to have policies that work for the country. So whether it's making sure you have a plan to fund the NHS and education, but actually fund it, not just give numbers to it, but actually have a plan to provide the funding for it. Or building on the record of the government since 2010 in delivering 2.2 million full-time jobs. I think it's really important to have a team that can deliver. And I think the Conservatives clearly are the only ones with a team that can deliver. If you compare that to Jeremy Corbyn, he's the only alternative Prime Minister.
Big business is running scared of Corbyn. Maybe it is a pipe dream, but it's one that I've voted for anyway. If he's actually allowed to do the things that he wants to do, he could transform the country, he really could. My only fear is that once he gets into power, the other powers behind the government won't let him. You know that saying, it doesn't matter who you vote for, the government always gets in.
It's important that we support everybody in this country. There's a big underclass of people who need a lot of support, who have just been abandoned by the Tories. I don't think the Tories seem to care about most people. So we need to make sure that we look after everybody in our society.
I work in adult mental health, and I'm just totally appalled at the cuts to our service. You know, I'm so frightened of a Tory victory, because it'll just be the end of the NHS in this country. And I just see so much human pain and devastation from Tory austerity. You know, I work in adult mental health, and people are so impacted. Housing crisis. You know, my son is saddled with debt from, you know, going to university and has a 0 hours contract. My other son is in his 6th year doing medicine. You know, he wants to be a doctor in an NHS that's functioning, and I'm so frightened that, you know, if Labour don't have a victory, that will be just destroyed. That NHS is going to be destroyed by this Tory government. It's already ailing, and it will be gone if we don't vote this terrible government out and get Labour in power in this country for the many, not the few.
The fact is, if you ask people, and there's a survey that takes place every single year called the British Social Attitude Survey, people have never been happier living in the United Kingdom than they are now. Now, I think the world is always getting better all the time. I'm an optimist. I think that a large part of that is because of the ability of people to innovate and connect with people from different backgrounds or the same backgrounds or whatever, and discover new, better ways of living their lives. That is fundamentally the description of capitalism. And so actually I think that the world is going to get better all the time. I think it has done in recent years. If you look at the economy, I said 2.2 million full-time jobs have been created since 2010, 25 billion pounds rather has been invested in the NHS and 10 billion in schools. I think clearly the country is getting better. More people are being able to work, which I think transforms the amount of transforms innumerable number of lives because it gives them the dignity and decency that comes with a pay packet.
A lot of people have seemed to suggest that actually the effect of Brexit hasn't been that bad, the economy's doing well, but actually we haven't left yet, and I think there's a lot more uncertainty and difficulty to come for businesses, for people, and that will have wide-ranging impacts on so many people, including, and will reach through to, our ability to provide public services. I'm kind of hoping there's a sort of hung parliament and they get the Lib Dems involved as well. I often think, having a dual perspective on an issue to curb off the more radical elements of each party's proposition is a good thing.
I did vote for Brexit. At the end of the day, the issues are a lot more complicated than the media portray. It's not about immigration. It runs much deeper, and I think in time those issues and that truth will come forwards. And I really hope Tulip Siddiq keeps her seats, because I want a Labour government and a Labour Brexit. Legsit. A left Brexit, do you know what I mean?
And what we're saying is the Conservatives are the largest party. Note, they don't have an overall majority at this stage. 314 for the Conservatives, that's down 17. 266 for Labour, that's up 34. The SNP, the Scottish National Party, 34, down 22. Treat that figure with a bit of caution for technical reasons about the exit poll, which I don't need to explain right now. The Liberal Democrats on 14, up 6, and the smaller parties, Plaid Cymru stays on 3, the Greens on 1, none for UKIP, and the others 18. Well, the Prime Minister called this election because she wanted, as she put it, certainty and stability. And this doesn't seem, at this stage, to look like certainty and stability. It could still be that the Conservatives, at the end of the day, have an overall majority. They need another 12 seats.